MCQ question number 6. What is the minimum attainable pressure of an ideal gas in the process given by temperature T equals to A plus B V square, where A and B are constants and V is the volume of 1 mole of ideal gas. So we have temperature T equals to A plus BV square, or for an ideal gas PV equals to nRT. N is the number of moles and that is equals to 1. So PV upon R equals to temperature T, that is equals to A plus BV square. That implies P is equals to A plus BV square into R by V. Or pressure equals to AR upon V plus V square RB upon V. That implies P equals to AR upon V plus VBR. Or pressure is the function of volume. We know that if any quantity is a minimum or maximum, then its first derivative should be equals to 0. So dp upon dv equals to 0 to find minimum pressure. So d upon dv in bracket ar upon v plus vbr equals to 0. That implies minus ar upon v square plus rb equals to 0. That implies v square equals to a upon b, or v equals to square root of a by b. So P minimum is equals to AR upon square root of A by B plus BR square root of A by B. That implies minimum pressure at V equals to square root of A by B is equals to PM equals to 2R square root of AB. Option B is correct. Sorry, option C is correct. Number 13. The wave function for a hydrogen atom is given as wave function psi is the function of position vector r vector and time t is equals to 3 by 5 exponential of iota e1t upon h cut into psi 1 r vector plus 4 by 5 exponential of iota e2t upon h cut psi 2 r vector, where E1 and E2 are the energies of the ground state and first excited state of the hydrogen atom, and psi 1 r vector and psi 2 r vector are their wave functions respectively. Or psi 1 r is the wave function with respect to ground state and psi 2 r is the wave function with respect to first excited state of the hydrogen atom. We know that for the hydrogen atom, energy E is equals to minus 13.6 divided by n square electron volt, and in the question given that E naught be the ionization energy of the hydrogen atom, or we can say that the energy of the hydrogen atom En equals to minus of E naught upon n square electron volt, or minus E naught upon n square. So according to the wave function, the wave function psi equals to 3 by 5 psi 1 e to the power iota e1t upon h cut plus 1 by 2 psi 2 e to the power iota e2t upon h cut. The probability of finding the particle with respect to energy E1, that will be equals to C1 square, that will be equals to 9 by 25, and the probability of finding the particle corresponding to energy E2, that will be equals to 16 by 25. Or here the total probability of finding the particle with respect to state 1 and 2, that is equals to 9 by 25 plus 16 by 25, that is equals to 1. It means the given wave function is normalized. So we can say that the average energy will be equals to probability of finding the particle corresponding to energy E1 multiplied by its energy E1 plus probability of finding the particle with respect to E2 into energy with respect to this particle, or sorry, with respect to this energy state, that will be equals to 9 by 25 into minus of E naught plus 16 by 25 into minus E naught upon 4, because for the first excited state n equals to 2, so En or E2 is equals to minus E naught upon n square, n is 2, that implies minus E naught upon 4. That implies total average energy, that will be equals to minus 13 upon 25 E naught. So option B is correct. Question number 14. A particle of mass m is confined to move in one dimension and is prepared such that the uncertainty in the measurement of its momentum at time t after it is released from the source is given by delta p equals to square root of m h cut upon 2t, where p is the momentum of the particle. So by the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, we know that delta x delta p is greater than equals to h cut upon 2. That implies delta x is equals to h cut upon 2 delta p. That implies delta x is equals to square root of h cut t upon 2m. Now again, given that an experimentalist has a device which can detect the particle only if the uncertainty in position of the particle delta x is delta x less than equals to square root of h cut tau upon m, where tau is the time scale of the device. So the maximum time beyond which is impossible to detect the particle is given by delta x is less than equals to square root of h cut tau upon m. It should be equals to delta x, which is calculated in above equation. It means delta x, it means square root of h cut t upon 2m should be less than equals to square root of h cut tau upon m. That implies t is less than equals to 2 tau. It means option B is correct. Question number 19. In a dielectric sphere, the polarization P vector is given by P vector is equals to K R cube R cape, where R cape is a unit vector along to radius. And in this question, we have to find out bound volume charge density at a distance r equals to 2 meter from the origin of the dielectric sphere. So we know that bound volume charge density rho b is given as rho b equals to minus of divergence of p vector, and also we know that the divergence of p vector in spherical coordinates is given as 1 by r square d upon dr r square pr, where pr is the radial part of polarization or along to radius. That implies rho b is equals to minus of 1 by r square d by dr r square pr. That implies minus 1 by r square d by dr k r to the power 5. That implies minus 5 k r square. For r equals to 2 meter, rho b or bound volume charge density equals to minus of 20 k. Option A is correct.